Dear guests and colleagues, it's a great pleasure for me to warmly welcome you to the virtual grand opening of our new Sonova Wireless Competence Center in Murten, one of Switzerland's first commercial buildings with net CO2 emissions. Our new Sonova Wireless Competence Center is designed for around 180 employees, all involved in the development of hearing protection products and miniaturized communication systems. From the beginning of our activities here in Murten, our mindsets were very much focused towards ever pushing the boundaries of our products in terms of power consumption and size. Because of this DNA, we were thrilled when the opportunity arose to apply our philosophy around the design of low power products in a building that is also designed for minimum energy consumption. In this quest, we were lucky to find open-minded architects that helped us with the implementation of this vision. And we were equally fortunate to have the full support and open ear of the local authorities. Our new state-of-the-art facility, which you see behind me, is now the home for all ultra-miniaturized wireless activities of the Sonova Group. These activities already started in Murten in 1992 and involve an international team of highly dedicated employees. Murten has been and will continue to be a great location for high-tech development due to its close proximity to some of Switzerland's finest universities and research centers. In our Wireless Competence Center, we develop audio products which truly push the limits of technology by making the devices as small as possible while running as long as possible on a small battery. Examples of such products are hearing instruments with Bluetooth technology and invisible wireless earpieces for discrete messaging. Our Bluetooth technology consumes 6 times less power than the nearest competitive solution. This achievement made it possible to integrate it virtually in all Sonova hearing aids and to use these instruments 24 hours a day without recharging. Our wireless earpieces, which are used for instance in TV stations and theaters, are so small that they are completely invisible. Generally, these ultra-miniaturized audio products contain a small 25 mAh battery. And to put that into perspective, 3 to 4 million of these small systems could run simultaneously on a single car battery. And what's more, the car battery would have to be recharged after 3 or 4 hours of driving, whereas the miniaturized audio systems can continue to function for a full 24-hour day. Today, at our virtual opening event, we will present to you the groundbreaking features of the building by focusing on the following aspects: the building's significance for the Sonova Group and its overall strategy, the building's architecture, and the building's importance for the region, and of course, its outstanding environmental characteristics. And as a first guest and speaker, I am happy to welcome Arndt Goldowski, our CEO of the Sonova Group. Good morning, Arndt.
Good morning, Evert. Thanks for having me here in Murten.
It's a great pleasure to have you here, Arndt, because this is a virtual opening. But as you know, all openings do have a ribbon cutting. And of course, we wouldn't like to miss out on that opportunity to have you cutting our ribbon, even in this virtual world. So if you may ask you to proceed with the ribbon cutting.
Thank you, and thanks for inviting me for that. It's a great pleasure for me to be here with Evert to inaugurate Sonova's new Wireless Competence Center here in Murten. For all of our colleagues that hopefully have a great time here when they are coming for work, but also for all of our customers, which will benefit from the great solutions developed by the team in the future. I have to say that this opening is an exciting moment for me. Why? Because our new building is a perfect example of what the future of environmentally friendly work environments look like. It is one of the first zero-energy commercial buildings in Switzerland, and it is amongst the first generation of CO2 neutral buildings worldwide. This building symbolizes how we're continuously reducing the environmental impact of Sonova's business as part of our sustainability strategy. One important pillar is our focus on renewable energies. Our production building in Suzhou, China is equipped with solar panels since 2015. And we're about to install them also in our operations center in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Also, on a global level, we strive to make charging stations for electrical vehicles available to encourage our colleagues to switch to e-mobility for their commute to work. As another significant pillar, we're working on making our products even more eco-friendly, further reducing waste and packaging material. And we're striving to make efficient use of natural resources and minimize the environmental impact of our activities, products and services over the life cycle. Our target and commitment is that our entire business operations will be CO2 neutral by the end of 2021. But even more so, we're excited to provide a sustainable as well as innovative work environment to our colleagues, like we do here in Murten with our new building.
At OOS, we consult, design and plan. With our experience in corporate architecture and interior design, we understand the importance of identity, positioning and productivity of a company. In our projects, we integrate these values into an innovative built environment. In Murten, we created a modern working ecosystem that promotes the values of Sonova, an inspiring and open atmosphere, and all this with the smallest environmental footprint possible. To achieve these high goals, the whole building is conceived as an organism where everything comes together. An innovative architecture and interior design, a specially developed energy concept, and a clever construction which is flexible and meets future demands.
Energy consumption is reduced to a minimum, both grey and operating energy, and therefore we save costs, not only for the construction of the building, but during its whole lifespan. This is one of the first net zero CO2 office buildings in Switzerland. Our strategy we like to call clever architecture. So what does that mean? Clever architecture is a combination of design principles. First, we optimize the volume of the building, compact, adapted to the program and the plot, and well-orientated. High ceilings enhance our spatial well-being, but also reduce the need for ventilation. We place the windows very carefully. All workplaces have good natural lighting and a nice view. Their balanced size prevents overheating. A thick mineral construction enables the building to absorb heat in summer and to slowly release this thermal energy in winter. This regulates the inner climate very well.
We would use the technical infrastructure and use technology only where it makes sense. That saves a lot of energy and a lot of space. So in the end, we can build less. The building in Murten almost doesn't need heating or cooling. Natural ventilation through automated ventilation flaps in the windows ensures optimal air quality, simple and clever. With the use of renewable energy, the whole building produces actually more energy than it needs. To plan all this and to ensure ourselves and the client that this innovative concept would work, we started collaborating early in the design process with the use of extensive thermal simulations and prove the concept.
Another important aspect was our goal to use as much natural materials as possible. In a way, they can be easily recycled in the future. They create a very healthy and pleasant environment. The solid brick facade, for example, is covered with natural lime and it can absorb and release humidity. All this, together with good acoustics, an appealing color scheme and well-designed spaces, create a beautiful realm where Sonova's employees can enjoy working as a team and be creative. A building should be beautiful, spatially interesting, functional, flexible, cost and of course energy efficient. There are many aspects which are important for us. It is our ambition to bring all these ideas together. This is the main idea behind clever architecture.
The building works very well as a social environment. The central staircase is a meeting point and crossroad. It nicely embodies Sonova's working culture. Open, friendly and collaborative. The elegant functional sculpture positively surprises all visitors when they enter. The open office layout fosters dynamic communication and teamwork. Around 30 conference rooms offers ample opportunities for meeting and exchange. The collaboration with Sonova was inspiring and we shared many ideas. And they were brave enough to go on the journey together to create that innovative architecture.
Hello and welcome. I would like to congratulate Sonova for their beautiful new building. It's not only for their visitors and people who work there that it's beautiful with its nice, open and modern architecture. It is really pioneering as being one of the first Swiss buildings that is carbon neutral and highly energy efficient. This is really what is needed in order to fight climate change. I'm a professor for climate change research and atmospheric science, and I can only tell you the alarm bells are ringing as loud as they can. Climate change is already happening and it will dramatically increase over the next decade. The forest fires in Germany, we had a dramatic drought. The glaciers are melting away. Heat waves are becoming more frequent. There are a lot of changes already happening and they will increase dramatically. And therefore, I think it's absolutely valid to say that climate change is the biggest challenge of the 21st century for the global society. Therefore, we need to introduce a dramatic transition towards a carbon neutral society. And here, Sonova is really pioneering the way with their new building. The building sector is responsible for 25% of the Swiss CO2 emissions. And to reduce these emissions is one of the most difficult problems because these are long-term investments. And if you build a new building, you don't want to touch the heating system for the next 25-30 years. So basically, from today on, every new house has to be built as 100% energy efficient, zero carbon emissions. And this is, of course, really difficult, but Sonova has been showing that it's absolutely possible, and the result is fascinating. Very interesting ventilation and insulation solutions, and I also really like the fact that they minimize the gray energy emissions for the materials that went into the building. This is highly innovative, and I can only thank you for this great social and ecological responsibility.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the marks of genius is to take people by surprise where they last expected. Till now, in fact, it has been well known that the strategy of the Sonova Group, with its subsidiary Phonak Communications, has always been to be several steps ahead of its competitors. And yet, with this incredible site, at one and the same time zero carbon and plus energy, the Sonova Group now took over the lead in eco-responsibility in the domain of industrial buildings. Therefore, it is an enormous pleasure for me to take part in this inauguration ceremony. And this holds true in more than one respect. From an energy point of view, this industrial building indeed represents an exemplary response to the challenges of our time. In this way, Phonak Communications Management is positioning itself on the same wavelength as the population and the government of Freiburg, both of which share the desire for a rapid energy transition. The preservation of our environment and of our climate is unquestionably a priority. The building being inaugurated today thus serves as an example for me to follow. Hence, I would like to vigorously applaud the Sonova company for its very firm commitment in a domain which is so very important for our future and for that of our children. But as you may well imagine, the inauguration of this building is also cause for me to rejoice as Minister of Economic Affairs. With this investment, Sonova, with Phonak Communications, has renewed with brio the contract of trust that has united it with Freiburg, Murten and its authorities for more than 25 years already. This company is all the more important for us as it operates in a sector with high added value. The site's focus on research and development is also a source of great satisfaction. This in particular holds forth the promise of creating fantastic synergies with our Freiburg School of Engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, in a word, I see this new Sonova building as a symbol of our canton's future. For one thing, it ushers in an activity with high added value that offers interesting jobs to our youth, and for another, it provides an exemplary working environment in terms of sustainable development. I therefore believe that the honeymoon between Sonova, with its subsidiary Phonak Communications, and the canton of Freiburg will be continuing for a long time to come, and this fills me with delight. Thank you so much for your attention.
We have now come to the end of our virtual grand opening. We hope that you enjoyed learning more about the different perspectives related to our new CO2 neutral building here in Murten. We also hope to welcome you here in person soon. To conclude, I would like to warmly thank everyone who has made this project possible. I would also like to thank today's speakers. They provided us with a 360-degree overview of the many good reasons why our building is such an important example on how we are continuously reducing the environmental impact of Sonova's business as part of our strategy. Finally, I would like to thank all of you for attending our virtual opening today. Awaiting and to meet and greet you here in person, I encourage you to walk virtually through the 3D model of the building by clicking on the link below on the website. Enjoy the tour. In the meantime, we are looking forward to continuing our journey of providing innovative hearing care and wireless solutions to improve people's life and taking care of the environment while we do so. We hope to hear from you soon.